realize Victor Oladipo's out for the year. I think we all know that by now. We also have Evans questionable with a back injury for the Pacers. And Indiana's covering just 33% of their games that tipped off at the current number. Now, scoring-wise, Indiana 63% to the over in their games on the road. Meanwhile, Washington 63% to the over in their second of a back-to-back. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me Washington +1 and the over 218 in that one. All right, next game, Hawks at the Kings. It's going to be a 10 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Sacramento. The Kings are -5.5. Total open 233.5 up to 235. 79% are leaning Sacramento, 57% shaded toward the under. And at the moment, the Hawks are +190 on the money line. Now, if you like the Hawks in this one, it's going to be a tough one for you. They're taking on a Sacramento team who's 17-7 against the spread on their home court. They're also 10-2 against the number when laying the points. Sacramento ranks 8th in scoring and 3rd in three-point shooting percentage. Now, Atlanta on the other side, they're just 5-8 against the spread in their games that tipped off at the current number. They rank dead last in points allowed and 25th in defensive field goal percentage. Now, when it comes to scoring, Sacramento is 10-0 to the under in their last 10. So with all that said and done, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, take the Kings -5 and the under 235 in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for the show. It's a blank screen. Let's get into it. It is going to be the Utah Jazz at the Portland Trail Blazers. It's going to be a 10:30 Eastern tip-off in Rip City. Portland open 1 up to -1.5. Total open 219 down to 218. 77% are leaning Portland, and at the moment, Utah's +103. Now, if you like Utah on the road here, just keep in mind they're taking on a Portland squad who's successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 6. The Blazers are also covering a ridiculous 80% of their games in their last 10 contests. Portland ranks 2nd in offensive rebounding, 6th in home defensive rebounding, and 1st in the association in home offensive rebounding. Now, Utah, on their side of things, they failed to cover in 5 out of their last 8. They're also covering just 41% of their games as the official road underdog. When it comes to the total, both teams are 3-0 to the under in their last 3 head-to-head matchups. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and take Portland -1 and the under 218 in that matchup there. All right, let's go ahead and slide into some college basketball. And we are going to begin with Marquette at Butler. Marquette ranked 10th in the nation right now. Marquette at Butler, 6:30 tip-off at Butler. The Bulldogs are -2.5. Totals 147 and a hook. Butler is 10-3 straight up at home, 4-3 against the spread in their last 7. Now, this Marquette team has failed to cover in their last 5 straight, taking on Butler. They also rank 254th in the nation in points allowed on the road, really struggling on the road defensively. Now, scoring-wise, Marquette is 67% to the over on the road. Butler 7-1 to the over in their last 8. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, slide it down, and lean toward the home favorite in this one. Give me Butler -2 and the over 147.5 in that one. Next game, Virginia Tech at Miami, 7 o'clock tip-off in South Beach. Virginia Tech opens 7 up to -7.5. Totals 142 and a hook. The Hurricanes are pretty good at home this year. 8-5 straight up at home, 8-2 straight up in their last 10, taking on Virginia Tech. Meanwhile, the Hokies failed to cover in 5 out of their last 6. They're 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 when traveling. They also rank 254th in offensive rebounding away from home. Now, when it comes to the total, Virginia Tech is 5-2 to the over in their last 7. Miami 2-1 to the over in their last 3. So with all that in mind, I'm going to purchase the half a point, buy it up, and lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me the Miami Hurricanes +8 and the over 142.5 in that one. Next game, Villanova at DePaul. 8 o'clock tip-off at DePaul. Wildcats are -7. Total opened 145 up to 146. DePaul has successfully covered the number in 5 out of their last 7. They're also 9-3 straight up in their last dozen at home. DePaul's covering 70% of their games when catching the points, 75% against the spread with less than 4 days off, and they rank 44th in the country in offensive rebounding. Now, Villanova is 83% to the over in their last 6 when traveling. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean DePaul plus 7 at home in the over 147 in that matchup there. All right, next and final game for our college slate. It is going to be Louisville at Wake Forest, 8 o'clock tip-off at Wake Forest. Louisville's minus 9.5, totals 143 and a hook. Wake Forest is 6-5 straight up at home. They rank 47th in the nation in home offensive rebounding. Meanwhile, Louisville failed to cover in 5 out of their last 10. They're covering just 25% of their games at the current number, and they rank 131st in defending the 3 ball on the road. Now, scoring-wise, Louisville is 67% to the over on the road versus teams allowing more than 72 points per contest. Meanwhile, the Demon Deacons are 63% to the over when the line was between 132 to 145. So pretty big gap there, but that's the stat. That's the trend. Anyway, I'm going to purchase the 0.5 point, buy it up, and lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me Wake Forest plus 10 in the over 143.5 in that one. All right, next and final sport, it is going to be NHL. And we have another short slate of games. So let's begin with Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. 8 o'clock, puck drop in the Steel City. Tampa Bay opened $1.25 down to minus 120, total 6.5. 74% are leaning Tampa Bay, 69% shaded toward the over. Pittsburgh's plus 101 at home. Tampa Bay's plus 215, laying the goal and a half on the puck line. Vasilevsky is projected in net for Tampa Bay. Matt Murray projected in net for Pittsburgh. Tampa Bay is 7-2 straight up in their last 9 on the road. They're winning 77% of their games following a day off. Tampa Bay ranks first in scoring in the NHL, and they're winning 82% of their games, taking on teams between 450 and 550. Now, Pittsburgh, on their side of things, they dropped 4 out of their last 5. They also rank 28th in goals allowed at home. And when it comes to the scoring, Pittsburgh's 83% to the over in their last 6. Tampa Bay 8-3 to the over in their last 11 on the road. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean toward the road fave in this one. Give me Tampa Bay minus 120 and the over 6.5 goals in that one. All right, next and final game for the show. It is going to be Buffalo at Dallas. 8:30 puck drop in Dallas. The Stars open 180, down to 165, totals 5.5. 59% are leaning Buffalo, 84% shaded toward the over. Buffalo's plus 145, Dallas plus 155 on the puck line. We have Ullmark projected in net for Buffalo, Bishop projected in net for Dallas. Buffalo's 7-2 against the spread in their last 9. And when I refer to the spread, I'm merely referring to the puck line. So once again, Buffalo covering 7 out of their last 9 puck lines. They're also 16-2 against the spread in their last 18 on the road. Dallas, on the other side, ranks 29th in scoring, second to last. They're also 353, taking on teams between 450 and 550. And when it comes to scoring, Buffalo is 68% to the over when Linus Ullmark makes the start. So with all that in mind, I'm going to lean Buffalo plus the goal and a half, getting the job done on the puck line in the over. 5.5 goals in that one. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. But before I get out of here, I just want to quickly remind you once again to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. And once again, with a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed to that website. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. That's going to give you access to that daily best play, which will give you 1 pick per day, which we've been doing incredibly well on. You can certainly go to the website right now and check out my current record. It's been outstanding, especially with regard to the daily best play. There's plenty of free content there on Patreon as well. So once again, please feel free to just hit that pause button or finish this video. Open up your browser and just quickly type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you are watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that in mind, I just want to thank you, most importantly, for watching today's program. I really hope you enjoyed all this free content. And please don't forget to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage.